Hi there. My name is Kai, and I work with the Member Operations Department here at the American College of Rheumatology. And today I'm going to be showing you how to register for ACR's Convergence 25 in Chicago. So the first thing that'll happen when you click on your registration link is that you'll be asked to log into your account. And once you log into your account, you'll be taken directly to the meeting registration page. It'll just take a minute to load up for us here. There we go. And once the page loads, the first thing that you'll want to check is your membership information. So this test account that I'm using is not a member. And that's unfortunate because members of the ACR and the ARP have significant discounts in their Convergence registrations. If I wanted to, I could use this link to join the ACR or ARP so that I could take advantage of those discounts. Or if I'd been a member in the past, I could go to my account and renew. Once those steps were taken care of, then I could come back to this meeting registration page. We'd see my membership information update, and I'd be able to take advantage of those discounts. For now, though, I'm just going to move forward with my registration. So we have my email. Remember that email username is going to be what you use not just to log into your ACR account, but also it'll be the email that we send information to about Convergence, and it'll be your login for the meeting website and the meeting app. Below that, we make sure I have all my contact information. I'm missing a phone number, so I'll go ahead and put one in. This phone number is especially important because it is the number that the meeting registration team will use when you're booking your hotel room. So you want to make sure that that's the right number for you to be reached at. And we'll check my mailing address looks good. This is my work address, so I'll give a little bit more information there. My professional demographics look okay. This account is a physician, so MD makes sense. And here's where you could update your specialty, your time spent, your employers, anything like that. And then below, we have some questions that are specific to the meeting itself. So my primary reason for attending the meeting is to stay up to date in rheumatology. So I'll pick that. I am going to put in a contact for any emergencies. I'm going to update their phone number as well. And she is my friend. Whoops. Friend. I don't have any dietary restrictions, so I'll say that. That's useful if you're having any of the meals that we have served. That's why we want to collect those dietary restrictions. Now, I do have to read and attest to the Educational Meeting Code of Conduct. So I'm going to say I agree to the policies. You can click this link to view the policies in detail. I do not consent to data sharing, so I've clicked that off. And I do not require accommodations to participate. So with that all done, I'll hit continue. And then as the page reloads, we'll see all my answers. So I have one more chance to check. Did my phone number format correctly? My demographics all still correct? And my attestations about the code of conduct, data sharing, and accommodations. If all of that is correct, then I can hit save and continue. If I realized, oh, I do want to consent to data sharing, or maybe I want to update my emergency contact, you can use this edit button to go back. For now, though, we'll save and continue. And once you save and continue, you'll move from the meeting registration page to our meeting RSVP page. I'm going to accept all the cookies, make that go away. So we have several different pass options for Convergence 2025. The meeting will take place in person only. And so you have options for all access passes or scientific sessions only. All access includes the advanced programming, the Global Summit, the FIT program, the Basic and Clinical Research Conference Review Course, and Radiology Boot Camp. The scientific sessions are just access to the regular programming from October 26th to the 29th and to on-demand session recordings. So you don't get those pre-meeting sessions. I'm going to go ahead and select an all access pass. There is a pop-up here that asks if I'm going to attend the basic clinical basic research. I'm going to say yes, I will attend. So that's okay. And then when we come down here, we have some other optional courses for you. So there are ultrasound conferences for intermediate, advanced, and basic. And there's also a practice innovation summit. These three things happen all at the same time at Convergence. So if you add one item, then you'll see the other two gray out because you've added one, and we don't want you to double book yourself. So I'll say that I want to do that intermediate ultrasound course. And then at the bottom, I agree to the terms of use. And I'll go to the next page. Now we have our optional sessions. These are all Meet the Professor sessions. They're not recorded, so if you want to go to one, you need to check it off now so that you can attend live. So we have a bunch of different sessions on several different days. I would like to attend one on rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm going to add that to my registration. And then when we come down to the bottom, once I'm sure I've added all my sessions in, I'll hit next. And I'll have an option to make a donation to the Rheumatology Research Foundation. I'm going to make a small donation, and I'm going to say that I want my donation to fund registration for an ACR Convergence Fellow in Training. You can also go to the area of greatest needs, but for today, I'll fund a fellow. And I will click Add Donation to make sure that goes into my cart. And then I'll click the next button. Now, if I need guest passes, I can purchase them here. So if I want to bring somebody else with me, I can go ahead and put in their guest information here. For now, I'm not going to add any guests, so I'll go ahead and hit next. And that'll move me into my hotel reservation. Now, I can skip reservations for now, but you'll see if you try to skip reservations, we have a pop-up, and we want to make sure that you know that you can register now, that registering now is the best chance to get the hotel that you want in the location that you want. So I'm going to return and book. And let's say I want to stay at the Hyatt with that pretty view. So I'm going to add a room. And we see the information about my rates, single occupancy, things like that. I'll go ahead and reserve. Here's our cancellation policy. You can read through that. And then once you agree, you'll see that your room requires at least one guest. So I'm going to click the Add Person button. And you'll see this is the name of my test account. So I want to click to select it and then select Next to add that guest to the room. And you do have to add yourself to the room. So when we're saying Add Person, it's going to be you, and then you would add any additional guests that you were bringing. So I'll make sure everything looks all set. If you do have rewards programs with certain hotel chains, you can add that number here. You can also ask for special accommodations if you need them. So let's say I'll put one in here, no feather pillows, and save. And then I'll hit, you can also make room requests for your bedding, things like that. But I'll hit save when I'm done. Everything is saved there. If I wanted to add an additional person, if I had a guest, I could do that. I could add that person there. And then we get to the review and checkout. So here's everything I signed up for. I have that all access pass. I made a donation to the Rheumatology Research Foundation. I signed up for the Intermediate Advanced Ultrasound course. And I'm also doing a Meet the Professor session on rheumatoid arthritis. And my hotel reservation is in progress. So if we add up all of my things that I have, we see that my balance due is $4,600. So I'll go ahead and click Next. And I'll see my payment information. I'll hit Pay Now. And I'll put in my credit card number. And I will make sure my CP code is in here. Just checking all the rest of my information, making sure everything is set. Everything looks good, so I'm going to hit submit. We're processing. And in 10 seconds, you'll be automatically redirected after you make your payment, but I'm just going to click continue so that we don't have to wait. So here is my confirmation page. I can view my confirmation here. I can also have it sent to my email. If you're using digital wallets, this is a great chance to add everything to your Google Wallet or your Apple Wallet so that you don't have to carry your registration paperwork around with you. The other thing I can do is go to my dashboard. Dashboard is really helpful because it's where you make any changes to your registration. So we have our Convergence countdown calendar. We are only 147 days away from Convergence today. I can also see my badge here, and I can see my badge preview. So you can see my name, location, my designations, and everything else that I have. If I needed to change something in my badge, then I could hit Edit Badge Details. I would go back to the meeting information page on rheumatology.org and then return here after making the changes. So that's how you edit your badge. You don't do it in these fields that are directly in front of you. That's all okay. I can come back here. I can see my hotel reservations. I can change. I can make cancellations. I can do all that stuff. I can add guests. I can even add additional sessions if I want to. So if I wanted to go back through and add an additional Meet the Professor session, I could do that. And that's what your dashboard does. So I'll go back to the dashboard quickly. And it says I have a payment due because I added that extra session. See here. So I could pay that balance now, or I could wait if I needed to. And that'll be how you register for Convergence. Once you're registered and you have that registration all set and ready to go, we'll email you regularly with updates about the meeting, and we'll let you know what's going on, and if there's anything else we can do to help you, please feel free to reach out to us. The best way to get in touch with us is by using the email address education@rheumatology.org. That inbox is staffed by members of our education team. They know everything about the meeting, about registration, all of those details about the Meet the Professor sessions, and all of that fun stuff. So that's the best way to get in touch with us. And we also have some helpful links for you here. Your travel and your meeting program are available if you want to go ahead and look at those and start planning. And that, in a nutshell, is registration.